There are so many thru hikers that are stepping off this week. I can't even count. There's so many reporting in that you're going to know almost everything that's going on with the Appalachian Trail, especially those folks that are reporting in to us. And this is a place for that to happen. So you've come to the right place. Thanks a lot to Element Drink Mix for sponsoring this video this week. Let's go ahead and find out what's going on with the Appalachian Trail and the thru hikers. So we got Jeff and Gavin. They are doing great. They are closing in on Fontana. They've got trail names: Gear Maggot. Gear Maggot. I hope there's no gear maggots out there, or we're all in big trouble. But you got Jeff, he is Gear Magnet, and you've got Gavin, he is Landline. So they plan on being through the Smokies by this coming Friday. So day's Sunday. They're going to do the Smokies in less than a week. So, but they are enjoying their hike. They have loved meeting all the people along the way, and you're going to hear that being a common theme throughout the day. And really, all of my videos. Scott Free, he's made it to Dix Creek Gap, and he should be coming into North Carolina and getting that state of Georgia with the PUDs behind him once and for all any day now. Mountaineer, he is hitting the trail tomorrow on his flip-flop. He's going to be beginning his flip-flop at Watauga Lake in Tennessee. So it sounds like he's going to try to get out there in front of the bubble, and then they might catch up to him later. But hopefully he'll be in front of them. Don't have to worry about shelters or hostels or anything like that, because by the time the bubble catches up to him, the census will be down, more people will be off, and it'll kind of be calmed down a little bit from all the crowds and everything. So I would assume that's what he's thinking about. Mountaineer, if you're out there and you see this, let us know down in the comment section, or better yet, send us a video. Let us know if I nailed it or I completely got it wrong. Tango Mike, he is currently on his Bama to Baxter hike, and he's 115 miles into the Pinhoti. Says he's doing great. He has made it past Chiaha, I believe that's what it's called, State Park, if you're for Bama. Correct me if I'm wrong. And another prescribed burn there. So he's going to have chronic respiratory disease by the time he gets up here. He's been through so many burned areas. Sparrow, he is starting his thru hike in March, but he did want to send in, he'd been doing some cross-country skiing up at Mount Washington, and he wanted to send in this picture of what Mount Washington looks like this week. That looks pretty dang cold up there, pretty impassable. So fortunately, that obviously no bows won't be there. Don't know if we got any subos coming through the New Hampshire area right now. We'll see. But I haven't heard of anybody. 111, he is sent us this great shot of Max Patch and a video, and he is coming into Hot Springs. So take it away, 111.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's 111. It is Thursday the 22nd. I am almost to Deer Park Mountain Shelter. It's been a beautiful day. It's been cloudy off and on, a couple of sunny spots, but all in all, it's been a fantastic day. I know there's rain coming in, so I'm going to set up, kind of get ready for storm. I'm about 3.5 miles away from Hot Springs. So once the storm passes, I should come rolling in there tomorrow afternoon. Hope everybody's doing well. Bye-bye.
So 111 has been sending us videos every week. Those have been awesome. 111, greatly enjoyed seeing that and just seeing how things are going on the trail from you. So greatly appreciate that. Wicked Pissa from New Hampshire. She has started on her down in Amicalola, and her bag tag was number 354. And she said her base weight was 2.9. So that is pretty cool. And she also said that I rocked that New Hampshire accent last week. So appreciate that, Wicked Pissa. There's not many accents I can do. Chuck Howell, he is somewhere around the Trey Mountain Shelter, probably past that by now. He said the trail is in great shape and the weather has been beautiful. Said the rain is supposed to be coming in, but he is going to be heading for the Green Dragon Hostel tomorrow. And he also met Fresh Ground, and he said Fresh Ground fed us well. So of course Fresh Ground fed you well, but I'm so glad you got a chance to get fed by Fresh Ground. So this is pretty exciting. We had a finish already. Not Nobo 2024, but Subo 23. And that was Hungry Bird, Aristotle, and MacGyver. So they have finished on their Sobo from 2023. Congratulations to them. I just happened to pick this up online, and then Fresh Ground also told me that he had fed them, so that is cool. Hopefully they'll send me in their finished picture later on, but they had updated us some on their hike, so very glad. Congratulations to you guys. Blue and Drifter, they are at Hot Springs for a couple zeros. They said that Blue's been having some issues with his knee, and we've been covering some of that, and he got some steroids for his knee. Hopefully that will help out with some of that inflammation. It's awful early to be having steroids already on the trail, so I hope that takes care of it. Steroids are not good for your joints, particularly long term. They only treat a symptom and they're not a cure, and so you really have to treat what's going wrong there with that joint, and most of the time that's rest and relaxation and not ground pounding it on the trail. But hopefully I'm just being over dramatic like that, and they'll continue on and everything will be just fine. They did say they know more hikers have started their journey, but so far they haven't really seen but just a few handful of hikers bouncing around. Sunshine and Patches, they have made it into North Carolina. Congratulations on them getting their first state down. And No Rush, he should be well on his way to Fontana. Joe and Dylan, they are past Neil Gap. So far, so good. But they did say that the privies are filling up fast. Hey, Daisy. Quirk, he is gotten started on the approach trail there. Of course, we know the approach trail is not fully open, so there's a section there around the reflecting pond at the base of the waterfall that you cannot connect the whole approach trail. Doesn't matter. Those miles don't count for the AT, but anyway, he should be getting somewhere around Springer, if not beyond that by now. James Christian should be well into North Carolina by now. He said that he is having a great time out there. All's going well, meeting lots of great people. He got fed by Fresh Ground twice in the same week. So his belly is full and his food bag is probably still full if he's got fed that many times. Speaking of getting fed, now I want to thank our sponsor for this week, and that's Element Drink Mix. Element Drink Mix has got all the good stuff you need to get those electrolytes back in your system. It's got 1,000 milligrams of sodium, and that's what you're sweating out the most. 200 milligrams of potassium and 60 milligrams of magnesium. All the good stuff, none of the junk that these other halves out there. And it's always a good time to replace those electrolytes, like when you're out there hiking on your favorite trail. When you want to see exactly how fast Coda can fly. Get it, boy! Atta boy! Pretty dang fast, ain't he? Good boy, good boy. When you're checking out the business end of one of your girls, make sure everything's okay back there. Yep, looks good. What do you think about that, Red? I thought you'd think it was a good thing. And now for a limited time only, folks that are watching my channel and use my special link, you can go to Element Drink Mix and get some free drink mix with every order, free sample pack. If you'll go to drinkelement.com/Ramdino, that's DRINKLMNT.com/Ramdino. Go and check that out, get your free offer. Free returns. If you don't like it, ask for your money back and you get to keep the drink mix anyway. But I guarantee you won't be returning it. You'll be coming back for more. So go to that link and get you some. Now, let's keep on going with what's going on with the Appalachian Trail.
Hey Ramdino, it is your day 4 update from Master Splinter and Leo. We are heading to Hostel around the bend. We just peeked over Trey Mountain. As far as weather goes, when I left the mountain at Springer, the forecast was supposed to be sunny for the next 5 days all the way through Georgia, and that is not true. I made it to Neil's Gap on day 2, and when I left Neil's Gap we had rain and it was socked in, and then when I just climbed Trey Mountain here on day 4, snow was hitting us, which was also not in the forecast. So that is your update, but the trails are beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful out here. Not overcrowded yet, but it's gonna get there quick. Day 4 update. We'll talk to you later.
Well, Master Splinter, he is coming into North Carolina. Had to get off for a couple zeros because Leo had a couple hot spots, so he's trying to get those treated, giving him a little chance to rest. But he is almost to North Carolina. Said his pack weight with food was somewhere around 25 pounds. That's pretty good pack weight. But he should be getting back on trail here any day now. Stick the Eagle, also known as Stick, he has made it on trail. He was Nobo number 361. And he has passed Woody Gap, got a little trail magic there, sends in this video.
Hello Ramdino, it is Stick the Eagle here, Stick for short, and I am 1 mile north of the southern terminus at Springer Mountain, Georgia. I just started my hike yesterday at Amicalola Falls State Park. I already met 3 through hikers finishing up their Sobel hike, so that was really cool. And just reached the terminus of the Benton Mackay Trail right here. So it has clouded up a little bit, but the trail is nice and flat after Springer Mountain with a little bit of a downhill grade, and I'm really enjoying it out here. So thank you all for your support, and keep supporting Ramdino. Thank you for the work that you do. So long.
Did you catch that? He said Amicola instead of Amicalola. He did come back and correct himself, so I'm not the only one that calls it Amicola. Anyway, thanks a lot for sending that in, Stick. Look forward to your updates continuing on. Boomerang, he's north of Irwin. He's headed into Damascus, and he sends in this video.
Hello, this is Charles / Boomerang. My first update to you. Love your program and what you do for the community. I'm somewhere north of Irwin. Woke up to a little bit of snow this morning. Heading northward. Be in Damascus soon enough. Take care.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate that, Boomerang. Wolfman, he has stepped off. Christopher Carter, he's made it to Neil Gap. Rooted has started. She was number 286, and she had a 25-pound base weight. When she stepped off, she's made it to Neil's Gap. She said it's been a rougher start than she thought. Georgia is no joke. But the views have been majestic, and the people that she's been meeting, she's just been loving it. So she has passed Neil Gap, and she got a shake down there and said definitely stop at the outfitter down there and get them to do a shakedown on you. She sent like 2 pounds worth of stuff home that she didn't need, and she said that has been really good for her. Shadows should be somewhere around the North Carolina line. He said the weather is beautiful and the trail conditions are great. He's met 2 ridge runners and at least 8 trail maintainers around the shelter so far. And he also sends in this picture there that was posted at Woody Gap, and this is about a proposal by the National Forest Service to start charging a fee for user fees in the area down there. So it's supposed to be user fees for hikers, but the only way it's not going to be directed at through hikers, because the only way you're going to be charged is they charge it through a parking fee. So if you're not parking a car there, then you're not going to leave a fee there. So you're going to be okay to go through there apparently. Doesn't seem to affect the through hikers there. But I suspect more and more trailheads in the National Forest Service are going to start doing this. So I would suspect that that's going to be a thing coming up. There's already more trailheads and more Forest Service sections that are doing that. So it's coming, folks. Just get used to it. Nichols, he started, and he is started on his 2024 Nobo, and he started down there in Amicalola. So he got started yesterday and has already hit Springer. So that is awesome to hear there, Nichols. Congratulations, and congratulations to all those folks. If you're out there on the trail, we'd love to hear a video from you, or 30-second video, or even if you don't have time for that, just tell us how things are going on the trail. Send us a selfie. Love seeing your selfies of how things are going on, but keep us posted. There's folks in the community that want to know how things are going on out there for you, good, bad, or indifferent. And so we look forward to hearing from more and more hikers as the season goes on. Now, so how are registrations going on? Well, we've gone up 46 Nobo from last week, so we are at 2,899 Nobos so far. Flip-floppers, we've got 186 registered, and Nubo, we've got 123 registered. That's up 11. So this week we've got 3,251 folks that are registered for the Appalachian Trail. So that's awesome for everybody out there that's registered. Look forward to seeing y'all out there on the trail. And looking at the stats from previous years, we are tracking about the same number of folks that have stepped off this time last year as they are this year, somewhere around the 400 mark. So we're still we've gone down a little bit in registrations, but where we are stepping off is about the same. So that means to me that the bubble is kind of shifted back a little bit since the census is down. Statistically, that would mean the bubble has shifted back just a little bit, a few days, maybe a week, and it's starting to do that over the past few years. I've noticed that trend. People feel like they're going to be starting earlier to try to avoid the crowds, and so that moves the bubble back, and of course the bubble is where the crowds are. But in any case, that still pales in comparison to where we were this time 2022. Where we were at 567 folks that had stepped off by this time. So we'll see how that's going as the bubble continues to progress and as folks continue to get out there. Here's kind of a heat map of where the bubble typically is, but remember this heat map is comes from data that's about 16, that was in 2016, so that's about 9 years old, or 8 years old. So anyway, definitely it's moved back, I feel like, from that time. And so a list of folks that are leaving this coming week that are on our hiker support list. We've got Jenny. Nichols, of course, has left. Mountaineer, Quirk, Jim and Renee, Pacemaker and Buttons, DY2, Rhett Hickert, Tom Fetterman, Andrea Stillwell, Kellen Van, Jeff Strawn, Appalachian Tink Tink, Sugar Bear, Harvest Moon, Trawler, Mountain Goat, BC, Just Herb, Troy Ivy, Kurt and Angie Anselman. I know I'm butchering these guys, folks. I'm sorry. And Oz, the hiking sailor, who has already done a through hike. He is doing another one. And Praiser. So all of those folks out there are on our support list. They're all stepping up this coming week. So go and check out their social media and go and support them. And the folks that are already out there as well that are above them, because the list here is done by categorized, or is filtered by the start date for everybody. So everybody above them is already out there. So go and check them out. Give them an attaboy or attagirl, or ain't that right, Daisy? Give them an attagirl or an attaday wherever they are out there on the trail. I want to thank Trail Pilgrim this past week. He became a Patreon member. Thank you for your support for doing that. That means the world to me when people do that, when people give any type of support to me out there, whether it be a super thanks or a Patreon member is awesome. Or if you go and buy something through the merch store that we have there, thank you for your support that helps this channel continue to do this and to give back out there on the trail. So thanks a lot for folks that doing that. You can also subscribe to the channel and share this channel with other folks out there. The whole idea is to build the channel so that more of the hiker community will be reached. And so then there's more people supporting the thru hikers. So that's what it's all about, supporting the thru hikers and supporting the hiker community in general. So greatly appreciate all that. Of course, your thumbs up, that helps the algorithm. And your comments, love to get those from you. The supportive ones, and on occasion, I might get one that's a little critical. That's okay. It's okay to criticize people out there in the world. But in any case, thanks a lot for those. So some news we got going out there. Remember, this is leap year, so February has 29 days in it this year. So that's an extra day you've got to get out there on the trail. If you can't get out on trail, go outside and just enjoy God's creation. If you can't get out in creation, then call up a friend and tell them you love them, or tell them you like them, whatever it is, and just let them know you're thinking about it and caring about them, and let's spread some love out there to other folks in the world. Let them know. You got a whole day to do it, right? An extra day this year, so go ahead and do that. And then Kathleen Price sends in this picture of her cat watching the video from last week. Of course, sometimes we'll have one of my animals join me out here. And that week we had Kenobi. So Kenobi was in my lap, and apparently Kathleen Price's cat likes watching Kenobi. So appreciate you guys sending those pictures in. Those are always a hoot to see those. I did make a mistake last week. I mentioned that the Green Mountain Brigade, which is a part of the Royal Rangers, was going to be doing trail magic at Burning Town Gap, and I gave the wrong date. I gave the date from 2023. So this year they'll be doing it April 4th through April 7th. So just keep that in mind. They'll take up all of that gap, and so there's no point in anybody else doing trail magic there. Certainly we want everybody to do trail magic that wants to, so just go to another gap somewhere else. And that would be the thing to do with that. And then I don't normally do a lost and found here, but did have a through hiker that lost his wedding band somewhere between Three Forks and Hawk Mountain Shelter. That's mile 4.4 and 7.4. It's a gold wedding band. It's just oval shaped with no markings on it, or just plain and simple. But it's different that it's oval shaped and not round. So send me your information. If you find that ring, let me know, and I'll be glad to get the information. There's no inscriptions or features or anything like that on it, so don't normally do that. So please don't send me a bunch. I lost my jacket here, lost my hat, my sticks here, but that was guy's wedding band. So and a through hiker's at that. So anyway, if you find it, let me know. AT Gateways is coming up the first weekend in March, so that's a time when folks get together, that hikers and the hiker community get together, and a lot of through hiker alumni there, and just the hiking community in general. So encourage you to go down to Amicalola State Park and be a part of that. Roll Tide, who has been giving us his what's going on with him for the last 2 years, and the reason he's been doing it is because he year before last, he was a caretaker up in the White Mountains at one of the sites up there, one of the tent sites and the tent pad sites. And then last year, he was a ridge runner on the Smokies. And this year, he's going to be the caretaker at the Blackburn Trail Center. So that is awesome to see Roll Tide there. He always does a great job. He plans some trail magic and hiker feed there. And Blackburn Trail Center is a really neat place to go. Been through there when Come Along and I did our Sobo hike from Pennsylvania down to Spivey Gap, and spent the night there at Blackburn Trail Center. So it's just really a neat place to go there. So great to hear that Roll Tide's going to be looking after that. Susan Harry, she is planning on doing some trail magic in the 100-mile wilderness. And I have never been through the 100-mile wilderness. So she wants the community to tell her where in the 100-mile wilderness she should do trail magic and when. Of course, you can go online and look at the heat map and see where the bubble is. But I have a question for the community. Now, I know the 100-mile wilderness isn't all wilderness, but how do you feel as a through hiker about trail magic in the middle of a 100-mile wilderness? Would you like to see that, or would you rather it remain wilderness? I know there are some places up there where people will get, like a local hostel will bring food in, so they don't have to carry 6 days worth of food to get all the way through the wilderness. But how do you feel about the trail magic being up there? Will that ruin the wilderness experience? Leave a comment down below. Very curious to see how people feel about that. And then somebody asked, how can I get one of those shirts, please? So last week I had on I'm a proud supporter of Fresh Ground Cafe. So, and that was DFib that sent that in. Well, go to my merch store. So my merch store's got those, got these shirts too, and a bunch of other shirts and mugs and stuff. So go and check that out. And anything that's got Fresh Ground's logo on it, a little bit of that money goes to support the Fresh Ground and the Leapfrog Cafe. And then Super Matthew 8888 asked, my son starts his first through hike attempt next week, and he wants to find out if he needs a bear vault or can he just use his earth sack when he is going through the Blood Mountain Wilderness area. So there's a section in there, starts at Jared Gap, and goes all the way up over Blood Mountain and down into Neal's Gap down there. And you cannot camp there without a bear vault. So you can't use a bear hang, you can't use a bear bag, you can't use an earth sack, you can't do any of that. You have to have a bear vault if you're going to be staying overnight in that area. So a lot of people don't. A lot of people will go right to Jared Gap, camp there and then make the last, I only think it's like 6 miles or so to Neal's Gap the next day. So it's just up and over Blood Mountain. When I did that section there, I did the Hawk Mountain, which was 12, and then 16 to Lance Creek, which is a tent site, and then it's another 8 miles from there to Neal's Gap. So didn't have a problem doing that. But if you're going to spend the night in that area between Jarrett Gap and Neal's Gap, you do have to have a bear vault. Now, earth sack, of course, no good because it's not a bear vault. But a little something about earth sacks that I'll say to everybody is, and I tell you what, I'll say that for just a minute. Let's keep on going. Thanks for your comments on the Mara mod that I made last week about this, the ATC wanting to mandate the Mara mod that's coming out. So I wanted everybody, had a lot of comments on that. And so I want y'all to do me a favor and send an email directly to the ATC and address it directly to Sandra Mara and tell her that you think that's a dumb idea to make everybody have to purchase one of these Mara mods, and that you don't see any reason for that, and that if that's the best she can do, then she just needs to go and just get away from the Appalachian Trail Conservancy. Matter of fact, just tell her to do that anyway. So send your emails to that. Shh, don't tell them that I told you to do so, okay? We want it to be like it's organic. We don't want it to be like somebody told y'all to do that. So go and do that, and let me know how that goes. Let me know if they wrote you back and gave you what type of reply that you got from them. And then I had some trail angels that are asking me when and where to plan Trail Magic. So if you are not doing Georgia, and believe you me, they have plenty of Trail Magic right now in Georgia. Just about probably every trailhead, maybe every other trailhead, they've got Trail Magic going on down there. So they're inundated. Hikers don't need any more down there. Where they do need it, though, is I would encourage you to kind of spread your Trail Magic out as the bubble moves up. So Trail Magic kind of peters out once it gets up into Virginia. North Carolina is usually pretty good. Tennessee, I don't think Tennessee lets you do Trail Magic, or they don't let you do like trail feeds. They'll let you have like packaged goods, I believe. Tennessee's not that long a state anyway, but Virginia, hikers need it, and even on up further north as far as that goes. But down in Georgia, they are completely inundated down there right now, and really for the next month or so. But if you're just dying to do it down there, you can go, and down below is a link to the heat bubble, and it's called Where Are the Hikers? You can Google that, or you can go to the link down below, and there you'll find a heat map for where the hikers are at any particular time on the trail, where a bunch of hikers are at one time. So I would encourage you to go down there and look for that. So there is a food storage order in effect for the southern region of the National Forest in Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and those are all the states on the Appalachian Trail. So the southern region actually covers like Puerto Rico and Louisiana, but these are the states that it covers where the Appalachian Trail is concerned. You either have to put your food in a bear vault or you have to hang it. So that includes hanging it with an earth sack. So just because you have an earth sack doesn't mean you don't have to hang it. That's one of the things that earth sack kind of says, is that, okay, you don't have to hang your bag, and just put it up in a tree above the mice and stuff. But earth sack claims that you can't tear into it, and so that's why you don't have to hang it. Well, that is incorrect. I've seen a lot of earth sacks defeated. So that and earth sack is a lot heavier than just like a Zpacks food bag like I use. So if you want to spend the money to go out there and get one, have at it, but you're still going to need to hang it. So it's not good enough, even according to the National Forest Service, it's not good enough just to put your earth sack, at head level up in a tree. You've got to put it all the way up, hanging it like you would a normal bag. And that order actually carries some fines with it. So it could be a $5,000 fine for an individual, $10,000 for an organization, so like a scout troop or something, or imprisonment for 6 months. So I cannot possibly see them putting you in prison for 6 months and charging you $5,000 because you didn't hang your bear bag. or your food bag. But in any case, they can if they want to, so be nice to them if they catch you. So just keep that in mind as you're going down through there. By the way, I've got some new merch up for St. Patrick's Day, so go and check that out, and a couple other things that we've got listed there just because. So go and enjoy that, support this channel, and I appreciate everything you do. As a matter of fact, I appreciate you, and we will see you out here.